Okay, it's gonna be a fun video. These are some fun monster trucks, that's for sure. I've been wanting to do this video for a while now, guys, and I finally have gotten around to doing it. These are factory customs. They aren't real from Mattel, but they are super neat. I mean, I've always wanted Mattel to release monster truck Disney cars, and I really don't think it's that far out of the realm of possibility. I mean, they've done the mud racers, they've done off-road stuff before. The monster trucks are in the video games, which really is my like initial inspiration for why I always wanted these ever since I was a kid. Because, you know, back in the day, like the 2006, 2007 video games for cars featured a bunch of monster trucks, including Lightning McQueen and Mater, who we have here today. And it also had some of the game's own unique characters like Count Spatula and like an ambulance guy and like Ginormous or something like that. Super cool. Google them. You guys can learn all about them. But yeah, today we're just going to focus in on these basically fakes, like they're counterfeit, like they're not from Mattel, but they are still awesome. I think they're some of the most well done factory customs I've actually ever encountered, because you see a lot of this stuff, especially like once you get past like a factory custom Lightning McQueen. Like for example here, I think I have one on my table, maybe not, maybe I misspoke, but they can fake a Lightning McQueen pretty easily and it looks pretty good. But once you get to the more like wild things like a Mac hauler, they kind of screw up there. You know, you get to things like, I don't know, what are some cars that don't look super good? Like Sergeant High Gear, you know, we always thought that was amazing, but when Mattel actually released their own version, it was so much better. But these monster trucks are actually really nicely done. You know, the bodies don't match the Mattel versions 100%, and they have some stickers on them, but they are still metal. And the actual chassis that features, you know, these rubber tires and the kind of pull and go, or push and go rather, like they don't really go that much further like when you wind them up, but they're still really nicely done. And so we're going to kind of just demonstrate them, play around with them today a little bit. As you saw there from the beginning, we have Jackson Storm here. We have Mater, who's my personal favorite. I just think he looks the best. I love the little towing cables they give him. They look really neat up there. And the mud on the tires is also pretty cool. And then Cruz Ramirez as well. So yeah, as you can see, she looks a little different because they aren't identical. But I think Jackson Storm looks very good. I think he is probably the second best in my opinion, and maybe even the best just in terms of, you know, an objective opinion, because he's so identical to the Mattel version. But yeah, guys, let's see what we want to do here. We're gonna just focus on one at a time because they are kind of big and I don't want to cloud the viewing area here. So they aren't really like a wind up car. Like you can't really like wind it up and then just like go. Like it's, I guess you can. I misspoke there again. Wow, these actually do have a little horsepower in them. So we're going to have to, I guess, reset our viewing recording setup here. All right, so we're down here with McQueen. This is going to be our quote-unquote track. It's my hardwood floor. It does extend for a while until that pedal car down there. So we will get all the way down there. See, like my little carpet there? I mean, can't go wrong with my carpet. And then we just have some random stuff on the floor as well that we'll have fun with. All right, McQueen, you are up, my friend. Let's do it. So we'll wind you up here and see how good you run. Oh, there he goes. He is rocking. Oh, it did kind of run out earlier than I thought he would. Kind of stinks. So you guys don't get old like me and my bones creak when I bend down to pick him up. So yeah, he actually ran decent. Like, what is this, like 10, 12 feet? Not as good as I thought he would have for all the wind-up I gave him. Yeah, so he makes it to about the pedal car and then he really dies. Let's see how the other ones do. I'm going to pull up Mater here. See how far he makes it. We'll leave McQueen there for reference. Oh, Mater. Jesus, in the morning. All right, we'll leave him there as well for reference. Flo's V8 Cafe is taking a backseat. I actually got the Precision Series version, so that's why the original one is retired. Here we have Jackson Storm. This guy really should be the best one, right? Oh no! Oh god! Oh my god, that was not a good idea. We're gonna move Mater laterally over so we still know where he was, but he's not in the way. Alright, Jackson, you're back up. Oh, Jackson is the fastest for sure. Yeah, look how far he made it before he stopped. Alright, Cruz Ramirez, last but not least, put on a good show for us. I gotta be careful when winding these up because some of them have stickers. Now this one doesn't, but the other ones did. I didn't want to, you know, mess them up by putting my pressure down on it, so. Okay, not bad, not bad. Alright guys, so now that we've had our fun, man, that was actually a ton of fun. I got carried away there, as you could tell. Like, I just kept on going at Guido, and then I got a little frisky with race damage mood springs, but don't worry. Just kidding on that one. But, you know, I haven't done anything like that in forever. Like, that was actually, like, playing with my cars. Man, it feels so good. But yeah, as you can see, they work very well. They actually wind up. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, that was actually the first time I've done any like gameplay really in any of my videos in a very long time. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's actually kind of fun to get away from the, you know, intense reviews where I'm just like, all right, guys, production levels are at an all-time high. Distribution levels at all-time low. If Mattel can distribute Case M with a Z-score of 0.45, at least 75% of the population will have a chance at finding this car at Target. Like, it's good to get away from that. However, we have to get right back to that before YouTube flags my video for Made for Kids, because this is not made for kids, guys. This is a very serious video, and we're going to have to get into the serious stuff here ASAP. Lightning McQueen here. We're going to start with him. Now, pretty gosh darn similar to the Mattel Cars 3 Lightning McQueen here. Now, obviously, he's a little bit bigger, wider, and longer. I wouldn't say he's any taller, though. The mouth is tucked away there behind the mouth guard, or the, whatever you want to call this thing. I don't know, there's a word for this, like the push bar, I guess, would be the accurate term. But he does have stickers. As you can see, every decal is a sticker, unfortunately. Actually, yeah, everyone is. It's a little unfortunate, but they do look pretty good. All things considered. They didn't really miss out on anything. Like, all the contingency sponsors are there. They just are kind of like cheesy versions of them. Like, they're trying to recreate them, and they did a pretty, I don't know, lackluster job, especially with RPM there. It's literally just RPM in the blue box. And then you have what looks like RD volting instead of revolting. And then clutch A looks okay. Piston cup looks pretty good. They recreated the 95 and the bolt very well. And the Rust-eze logo is identical. So I don't know why they had to recreate all those contingency sponsors in like their own version. Well, I guess the medicated is a different font. What else is a different font? Yeah, it looks like bumper ointment. Yeah, it's a different font if you look at the eyes. Yeah, they changed up the font a little bit. Yeah, this is like a classic knockoff when you see things like that. But everything looks pretty good. Like, you have Lightyear tires here. They're monsters. They're rubber, plastic, red rims. Looking really good. I like the silver suspension system, obviously just for show, but still looks really cool. They got lazy. They got tired. They don't want to do anything on the back there, but that's okay. Blue windows. Not my first color choice, but he looks good. He's metal, and so that's what makes him a little bit more exciting. Nothing going on down here. Now, yeah, this is really the first time we've ever seen McQueen in a monster truck in like a 155 scale form, besides from Monster Truck Mater, which is really, I don't know, it's kind of like a baby monster truck, because as you can tell, this guy's monstrous compared to Friday McQueen over here, but we still can't discount it. Still a nice job on Mattel for doing these with some great turning radiuses. They are actually very well done as well. They obviously don't, have the wind-up feature, but they're still really cool, and of course had to show them in this video. There's also this mini adventure monster truck, Lightning McQueen, dirt track version rather. He came with Chick Hicks, who also was in a monster truck format like this. Pretty sure it's pretty rare. I only have the McQueen here. I don't remember how I got it. Must have been off eBay or something like that. You have this off-road McQueen from Radiator Springs 500.5. I need to dust this guy. Oh my goodness. He's not obviously a monster truck, but a little suspended. And then last but not least is the XRS Lightning McQueen, who is also more of like an off-road car, but still worthy to include in the video. Moving on to Cruz Ramirez here. She's probably the most different from her 155 scale Mattel release here, just simply because of the fact that the expression is, a little bit elongated, I guess you could say. The eyes are smaller. They don't look as realistic. Now, for some reason, they don't have any stickers on her besides on the spoiler. So that's actually really nice. That's definitely an upgrade over McQueen, but they did have to change the font on Dynaco. I guess they couldn't quite match it. 51 is also a little different there. The dinosaur, however, is the same. So I just don't understand how they copy the dinosaur exactly, but then they can't do the fonts. They didn't even attempt the contingency sponsors on this one. I'd say the 51 font, whatever font they used for 51 is way off. They made a pretty poor attempt at that. Yeah, the Dynaco logo here in the back, which looks pretty good. Can't really see it under the bar there, but I think it looks good. We're not really grading these on a hard scale today, though. Lightyear, and even they added the little squares from the next gen tires, which is pretty cool. Kind of the motion blur effect, rather. That's basically what it is. So we're kind of going to go through the same routine for Cruz here, although only she just has her XRS version to compare it to. I really actually like this XRS Cruz. It's got a nice expression. I like the blue rims. Up next is Jackson Storm. So he's the most similar, in my opinion, to his 155 scale version, albeit bigger. Again, the expression's nearly spot on, and all the decals are very similar. So Igniter is now in white instead of black, and it's actually Janitor. I don't know what happened to the eye. It's actually pretty funny. What happened to the eye? It's just Janitor. Liquid adrenaline. It also looks like Ardrenaline. It looks like there's two R's there. It looks like there's no A. Yeah, that's definitely like an R. Ardrenaline. Janitor liquid Ardrenaline. Oh, no, it's... Yeah, liquid, they spelled liquid right. Yeah, they did. Okay. 2.0 is identical. They didn't have to change the font on any of these guys. Stickers, though, are being employed half and half here. This is a sticker, but these two are not. Whereas McQueen was all stickers. So the contingency sponsors look pretty good. Combustor is their own attempt. The 2.0 is now a different font, so they changed it from up here. I don't know why they did that. Synergy looks pretty good. Carbon Cyber looks pretty good. Igniter down there is a little different. That looks really solid though, I'll tell you that. They gave these rims the same treatment. They're trying to emulate the 155 scale version from Mattel. Spoiler's blue, but honestly I think that looks better almost, because then the gray text stands out instead of the text on here, which you can barely read. And 2.0 and igniter on the back here. They deemed it necessary to remove the yellow rookie racing stripes on Jackson and Cruz. Smart, because I assume if they're, you know, doing a monster truck race, probably they're not worried about piston cup related matters at the moment. They're like in Miss Fritter's Thunder Hollow Demolition Derby at this point. And then he also has an XRS guy to compare to. Not my favorite XRS release though. I don't really like his expression, but still pretty nice. And last but not least is the one and only Mater, who is my favorite. Like I said, I just think he looks really cool. Like, I think they did a good job, even though he's the most different from the 155 scale Mattel version. I think they still did a really good job making their own. And he is probably the least metal of them all. I think it's only this front portion here, and yet this hat is also plastic. So more plastic on this guy, but I think he looks really good. I don't know what's going on here with his headlight though. It looks like a little piece like broke off where that would be brown. Or maybe like they just didn't paint mine, or that's how they all are. I don't know. That's the only thing that really bothers me about him, because it kind of stands out. But yeah, I like his expression. I think that's a sticker. These are definitely stickers. Tow Mater, towing and salvage radiator springs. A-113, that's new. They forgot 1 because it is A-113 over here. They just forgot one of the ones. Towing cables are weird. Like, look how intricate they are. Like, you have this cable so much higher than everything else. Like, it's actually, whoa, it moves. What is going on? Oh no, this broke off. This, like, is supposed to be up here, it looks like. It looks like an easy fix. There we go. That looks a little bit more normal. That might have actually probably came off when I was testing him. I love the dirt decals or detailing that they did on the tires. I think that looks really good. I'm actually surprised that they even did that, because it is a fake after all. And that's pretty good attention to detail, almost better than Mattel's. I mean, probably is better than Mattel's. Who am I kidding? Now, we have quite a few other Maters to compare him to. We have this guy, Off-Road Mater from Radiator Springs 500.5, who's almost verging on the monster truck kind of dealio. Almost. I love his expression. He's actually pretty rare these days. Then we have the legit, you know, Tormentor and Rasta Mater here from Monster Truck Mater. He looks so fearsome here. Jeez. Really wish they did more cars from the Cars tunes. I always wanted them to do like Captain Collision, the announcers from Monster Truck Mater, Cowgirl, me and Tia. Those all would have been awesome. And unfortunately, they never did. So much wasted potential. And then here is the XRS Mater, which is probably the closest to this in comparison. He's got pretty big tires, but still quite a bit smaller. He does have some nice suspension to him. I actually adore this XRS Mater. I love the fenders they gave him. Love the expression. Just an overall great release that definitely goes underrated, because major retailers never sold the deluxe XRS. It was only stores like Meyer and then overseas. So kind of rare too, along with Miss Fritter and RV. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a rather different video. You know, I don't really do many play type videos where I, you know, actually play with the cars and whatnot. And although, you know, I try and limit that because, you know, that's just not my style. I think it was definitely a lot of fun today. I really enjoyed playing with these guys and going after Guido. Guido was so good about it. Like, he behaved and he was just like you're not gonna knock me over. Like, they literally were just pushing him. And so I tried to like get him on an angle and clip him, and Guido just took it like a boss. He was not phased by any of these guys. Like, they could not do any damage to him whatsoever. So Guido, you know, you truly are the hero of this video. I'm sorry that we used you as the victim, but when you get so many Thailand Guidos, he's always the first that comes into your head is like, what's a car that I can spare? You. All right, guys, I'll see you next time for another video. Bye now.